Man, I don't know what happened over this Clevelandless weekend, but I turned on the TV and on CNN, there were all these women and gay men getting super emotional. Here's a sample.
His name was Private Emmanuel Mensah, and he immigrated from Ghana, a country Donald Trump apparently thinks produces very subpar immigrants. I don't know why the president doesn't know that.
I was there when a 5-year-old boy named Monley was rescued after being buried for more than 7 days. Do you know what strength it takes to survive on rainwater buried under concrete? A 5-year-old boy buried for 7 days. Haitians slap your hand hard when they shake it. They look you in the eye. They don't blink. They stand tall, and they have dignity. It's a dignity many in this White House could learn from.
Those comments are frankly disgusting. There's other language I'd like to use, but we are on television.
Now, don't get me wrong. Some of my best friends are women and gay men. I'm even married to one of them. I'm guessing a woman. And if women and gay men get a little weepy and over-emotional from time to time, hey, it's no problem. Maybe that's just the way they are. But what's it got to do with the news? I mean, apparently, they were all choked up that the president allegedly used a dirty word to describe some countries that, let's face it, are hellholes. That gives the women and gay men at CNN the sads, because they feel people from these countries should be able to come here to America anytime they want, because their countries are hellholes. But you shouldn't say they're hellholes, because then CNN gets the sads. My question is this. Who cares if CNN has the sads? What's that to me? I mean, isn't CNN a news channel? Shouldn't they be covering important issues like the fact that 92% of foreign nationals in our prisons are illegal immigrants, and each one of those criminals had one or more victims whose life may have been ruined or even ended by them? Or that illegal immigrants take money out of our medical support systems without having put any money in? Or that they take jobs away from poor Americans? Shouldn't CNN lips be trembling and CNN eyes getting misty over their fellow countrymen who suffer at the hands of illegal immigrants? And another thing, given that CNN has gotten story after story wrong recently, whether it was saying that Donald Trump Jr. received an email from WikiLeaks on one date when it was really a different date, or saying that members of the Trump team had ties to a Russian investment fund when they didn't, or calling Jim Acosta a White House reporter when he's obviously just a buffoon, shouldn't they triple check their sources on these stories before they burst into tears about them? The point is, you could be forgiven for feeling that the people at CNN aren't really all that upset about Donald Trump using a dirty word, that they're just trying to manipulate our emotions so we'll support Democrat policies that make our country worse instead of Trump policies that are actually making our country better. So here's my suggestion. How about from now on CNN, they just report the facts. And if any of their reporters, whether they're female or homosexual or Chris Cuomo, if any of them get teary-eyed, they can walk off camera and collect themselves and then come back on and continue to describe how Donald Trump's immigration reforms are better than Obama letting wave upon wave of illegals and refugees into our country unvetted. Then they can go off screen and cry some more. Or just go home, because no one's watching them anyway. Trigger warning, I'm Andrew Cleveland, and this is The Andrew Cleveland Show.